we'd like to say that in our opinion it is not suitable for children or for those of you who may have a nervous disposition.
Morning, you stunning stack of fucking sunshine. Rise and fucking grind. Do you fucking know what today is? Today's the day you remember who the fuck you are. You did not wake up today to be a weak-ass bitch. You're a fucking champion. And champions keep fucking going. Even when they're fucking tired and want to give up.
You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before.
You ever seen a grown man naked? Joey, you ever hang around the gymnasium? Joey, you like movies about gladiators?
Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
G'day boys and girls, I like the airplane clip. Now there's a reason for the airplane clip, because we're going to look at the COP28 guys. COP28 guys. I've started already, eh Liz? I ain't even had a sip of my cider. No, hang on. That's better. So we're going to have a look at the COP28 guys and girls. They're just taking a piss out of us. I know, Les, I've already... What? No, I'll swear if I want to. You will swear too, honestly, mate. You will when you see this COP28 and the stats on these assholes. Right. Now, we'll also be looking at your vegetable oils, because you know vegetables are very oily, eh? And we're going to see how they extract the vegetable oil from the vegetables, and it's hexane. You do your research on this stuff, mate. So, we're also going to have a quick look at film review. I saw a really, really good film on Disney last night. Blew my head away, especially with the new CGI type AI stuff that they use. And then I'm going to have another quick look at them bum boys in Coral. Yep, they're at it again. Now they're naked on the sofa. Hey, good for TV, eh? Oh well, Les, it's a Captain Scarlet theme this week. Cool music.
Captain Scarlet. Captain Scarlet. Captain Scarlet.
Dozens of leaders from around the world lining up in one of the hottest countries on the planet in what's expected to be the hottest year on record. Facing dire warnings, the world is fast reaching a point of no return if action isn't taken to reduce carbon emissions and global warming. But leaders are still arguing about how to act.
So before we start, I'll just give my point of view. I think this is a lot of bullshit. It always has been a lot of bullshit. Now, we'll have a quick look at the UK Prime Minister, Mr. Sunak. He's a fucking arsehole. Come on, Liz, you know he is. He is not working for the people of the country. He's working for his mates and himself. So let's have a lock at what he said, because he went by his private jet.
Let me just ask you finally before you go, how are you getting up here to make this green announcement today? Private jet?
I'll be flying as I normally would, and that is the most efficient use of my time. But again, I think actually that question brings to life a great debate here. If you or others think that the answer to climate change is getting people to ban everything that they're doing, to stop people flying, to stop people going, to stop people going on holiday, I mean, I think that's absolutely the wrong approach. Right, that's absolutely the wrong approach. I mean, every Prime Minister before me has also used planes to travel around the United Kingdom because it's an efficient use of time for the person running the country, so I can keep focusing on delivering for people. But if your approach to climate change is to say no one should go on holiday, no one should take on a plane, I think you are completely and utterly wrong.
Am I?
Right, that is absolutely not the approach to tackling climate change.
There you have it. He tried to deflect it by saying, well, we're not trying to stop anyone going on holiday. It wasn't a fucking holiday, you fucking arsehole. This was supposed to be a business trip on the behalf of the UK, but you chose to go by private jet. Private jets. So, I did in a previous episode, private jets. So when that plane takes off, an hour's worth of pollution would take an average family car, not a hybrid, an average family car a year. A fucking year of daily use. And that fucking arsehole thinks he's above all this. Then you got King Charles.
The calls for urgency echoed by British King Charles III.
Unless we rapidly repair and restore nature's unique economy based on harmony and balance, which is our ultimate sustainer, our own economy and survivability will be imperiled.
King Charles is a big advocate for saving the planet. And he went by a private jet. So there's two unelected people right there going by private jet because they're above us. Then there's the third one from the UK. David Cameron took a private jet as well. Can't they fucking jet pool or something, Les? These people, so three unelected people by the UK, representing the UK, all went in a private fucking jet to a conference, listen, to a conference about climate change. Did you know a private jet is 11 times more pollutant than a commercial jet? Why don't they, I've done this in a previous episode, why don't they just go fucking first class? I can't even afford that, but I wouldn't mind, as a taxpayer, for them to go all first class, but a private jet that the people will be paying for anyway. Fucking hell, man. Then what you got on top, I know, sidetrack now. So what you got on top of that, in the beginning clip, they talk about the burning planet.
We cannot save a burning planet via fire holes of fossil fuels.
Hang on, I'm just looking out the window. It's fucking raining. No, it is, it's raining. And our temperatures are dropped in the summer. Greenland are now saying they're getting more ice than they've had in decades. Our planet is a living thing and we're just sitting on it, playing around. And when we're gone, it'll just carry on. Because let's face it, we're fucking ourselves up. This is just ridiculous. These people... Now, I will just go back to Chinook, old Juglugs, right? He spent more... Just think about this one. He spent more time in the air, in that private jet, than he fucking did at the conference. Am I missing something, Les? Am I the only one, and you, and maybe Mr. Producer, that actually think this is fucking ridiculous? And they talk about a burning planet in one of the hottest countries in the world that has fucking oil in it. Dubai. Les, I'm going to have to take a break. And, no break, China. No China. Biden said he most probably will skip it. Gee whiz. And India's not going, so the free... And Russia. You know where this comes from, and I've said this all along. It's about tax. I've been hearing it since I was a kid. In the next 10 years, the ice caps will melt, and then we will have a metre more water in the sea, which means there'll be floodlands everywhere. Nope. Not a single centimetre higher. And they say it every 10 years. This is a piss up for a bunch of people. Even what was what's that bloody presenter that goes around the world and exposes these unique animals? I'm in the Amazon and this is a newfound little animal. And then he tells everyone where it is. David Attenborough.
We now understand this problem. We know how to stop the number rising and put it in reverse. We must recapture billions of tons of carbon from the air. We must fix our sights on keeping 1.5 degrees within reach. A new industrial revolution, powered by millions of sustainable innovations, is essential and is indeed already beginning. We will all share in the benefits.
He's a presenter and a former producer with the BBC. I'm sorry, just because, like, I drink out of this glass, it doesn't mean I'm an expert on the bloody glass and how it's made and where it comes from. It just means I'm fucking drinking out of it. He just goes round looking at animals. He's no climate change expert. Go online and look at some of these experts online that say this is a big con.
I believe the climate changes. I definitely believe the climate changes. I'm from New York and Connecticut. In fact, I know it does, but I keep being wrong in their climate predictions because it is a way for the government to tax you into oblivion and make you believe that you are being taxed for something virtuous when in fact you are not. It is absolutely ridiculous to believe that even if the world was going to end in 10 years, that government tax would somehow fix it, especially since the people that contribute the most in terms of carbon emissions is China, and they're never in any of these agreements.
Is Greenland melting? Turns out it's based on out-of-date, old data. The Earth is not boiling. In fact, it comes from a computer model based on decades-old data. These so-called scientists refuse to use the new data that was published in 2020. Instead, they keep using the old, out-of-date data from 2010, 13 years ago. If they did use the new data, they would see that the Earth's temperature has dropped slightly, and Greenland's melting of ice actually went in the reverse. There's more ice in Greenland now. But don't let the facts get in the way. As long as women in Rome are stripping down and jumping in fountains in the middle of August, newspapers will continue to tell us that the Earth is boiling.
With Gary Gedlis. A news flash? That's the only second news flash we had. You only trying to do that, stop me swearing, eh? You got the figures wrong for the jets. Don't blow my top. How many jets? So, not 140 jets. Not 1,400 jets. This is how many private jets went to a conference about climate change, and every one of them, every hour, spews out a year's worth of carbon dioxide equivalent to a family car. And then there's that snook, that fucking arsehole. One swear word, lay me one. Otherwise I will just rip with what's in my head, mate. And you cocked up and all. Fuck, far out. So Sanook say it's my most efficient way to travel around with his time. What a fucking arsehole. You getting it? It's all a big con. I bet he ain't been paying tax on that fucking shit. Cool film review? No! It's not film review, is it? That's this fucking Hexene stuff as well. Oh my god, I'm losing it today. 1,500 fucking jets! Coup titles. Liz, could the day get any worse? 1,500 jets. I know we're on food for thought. So today we're going to have a look at hexane. There's hexane and hexene. We're going to have a look at hexane. I know I just repeated myself. Shut your face, you. So first of all, what is hexane?
A colorless flammable liquid alkane derived from petroleum and used as a solvent.
Wow. So next question. Hey, like it so far, Liz? What is hexane commonly used for? I looked down at my notes then.
In industry, hexanes are used in the formation of glues for shoes, leather products, and roofing. They are also used to extract cooking oils, such as canola oil or soy oil, from seeds for cleansing and degreasing a variety of items, and in textile manufacturing.
And how is hexane produced?
Hexane is produced by the refining of crude oil. The exact composition of the fraction depends largely on the source of the oil, crude or reformed, and the constraints of the refining.
Right, hexane. Now, vegetable oils and all sorts of other seeded oils. Now, I'm just going to show you a quick clip from a guy. He just explains it. I'm not going to show the whole clip, it's 3 minutes long. But you'll get to see a graph and a little animation where it actually starts the process and it goes through hexane and then extracts the vegetable oil. That's because vegetable oils, as I said earlier on, are very high in oil. Anyway, here's the graph.
In solvent extraction process, flakes are introduced in extractor and solvent are sprayed on the flakes at required amount. Then wet meal is passed to a desolventizer. At last, it is sent to a rotary drum. It separates oil from waste solids.
Right, so as I said, speed it up towards the end and you see the whole process. Now, are you getting where I'm coming from? First of all, because I'm going to ask the question at the end, you see the refinery where hexane originally was produced. Now you're looking at the vegetables that are having the oil extracted from them first mechanically and then extract through this hexane, which we know is some part of petroleum oil. Right, so why is polyunsaturated fats and polyunsaturated good for you and saturated not? No, it's a big con. It is a bloody big con. I will show you that website at the end. It's a big con. It got, as I said, momentum in the 60s and it's just gone from strength to strength. It's just cheap shit. It's just cheap as chips. And now there was a squashed, and I call it, I put it here, it was unpublished, I call it squashed survey that's on this website. I'll show you. It's not a Mickey Mouse website. These are people with PhDs and doctorates and everything else. And of course they get squashed as well now. Hey Liz, I made a joke. They get squashed as well. Not literally squashed. That would just be a silly thing again, eh? No. Oh God, I've gone off track. So I've got to get back to my notes. So they're basically now saying in this study that was squashed, I know I won't say it anymore, being naughty boy now, eh? I'm being very naughty. And it basically said, the study came out from, as over 9,200 people, they split it between, these are people in psychiatric wards, the people between high saturated fat and high in polyunsaturated oils. People died sooner, and I got it here, a high risk of death from heart disease from the vegetable oils. Because it's the acidity, it's everything else that's in it. It's not proper fucking food. It's not proper food. Well, it isn't proper food. You're just seeing where it came from. Hexane that's actually in the vegetable. And you can't tell me we'll now separate the hexane from the vegetable oil. It don't work like that. It's nice and smooth and runny. Now, I don't want to scaremonger you, but for God's sake, I now have full fat butter again. You know, I'm back on that full fat milk, so I'm not having all this other shit. And let me have a look. Blah 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 blah. Later discovered that no one lived longer by having polyunsaturated. It was just another con, like the farming con. You've got to have a breakfast con. And now the health industry have this supplement, and I'm doing something on that soon. This supplement and that supplement, and have this shake and that shake, and this protein whey, which is a lot of fucking shit, because it's a lot of shit that came from fucking cheese. So, and all these studies always come out of America. So if you believe, by looking, and I added the little graphic in where that refinery, that is a hexane refinery that then goes into that mechanically removed section, it's bollocks. So what is good? What, you know, when your grandparents, they said, oh, they got heart disease through saturated fat, just fucking reduce saturated fat. Don't replace it with something else that's more chemical than anything else. Now, I will say here, where's my notes? So finish on my vegetable oils. Now, vegetable oils, what's it in? You know, vegetable oil, you can buy your per big jar of, or in a plastic container of vegetable oil. I only have extra virgin pressed olive oil in a bottle, and it's got to be smoked so it doesn't get acidic, right? Hence why most of them bottles are an off smoky colour. It's there for a reason, and it's in glass and not in bloody plastic. I never buy anything like that in plastic. Now, so they're saying the main oils, avocado, yeah, well, that's good fat. It's good fat. It is fat, but it's good fat. But it's olive oil and coconut oil. I've tried coconut oil, but it just gives a coconut flavour. Well, it would do, wouldn't it? So I sort of have my chicken, and it's got an offish sort of coconut flavour. Just do your research. I will, as I say, now bring up where I got this information. It is a very good site. Don't have it. It's a big con, just like all the other cons we get told, and it's there for the cheapness. It is making people ill, and the stats are out that polyunsaturates in all these oils, and it is acidic anyway, it's inflammatory. It's shit. That's all I'm going to say on Hexene this week, because although Hexene is not the direct product, it's in it. And it's in all processed foods near enough, all of them. And any packaged food, you will find some form of vegetable oil. And vegetable oil is connected to Hexene. How was that, Les? Was that all right? I only swore a couple of times, I think. And I'm back on. I had to go on the water. 1,500 jets. Ooh, water. And now we're going to do the film review. Keep off the vegetable oils. They're shit.
Casey at the throttle of the cannonballers. Casey Jones, steaming and rolling. Casey Jones, you never have to guess when you hear the tooting of the whistle. It's Casey at the throttle of the Cannonball Express.
Now, before we get on to this week's film review, I just want to check in with them bum boys in Coronation Street. Yep, they're at it again. I still haven't found any heterosexuals kissing and cuddling and laying naked in a bath, or no, naked on a sofa. So let's just have a look at the clips.
You weren't saying that 10 minutes ago. You know what? Getting stuck in that tub is the best thing that happened to me. I love you. Nah, a bit busy at the moment. Doing what? Living life to the full.
Well, I mean, this is like primetime TV in the evening. It's just so over the top. Anyway, I'm moving on. Liz, I'm speechless, absolutely speechless at this, and this happens. No one says anything on the TV, in reviews or anywhere. It's just over the bloody top. Now, before we get to the main review, I'm going to look at Doctor Who number 2. I said number 2. I mean, these are the specials with David Tennant. Now, who's the guy, Les, that was Sir Isaac Newton, wasn't it? Yep, he was the one with the apple and stuff. Anyway, he's in the second one. Oh, the first one, by the way, if you look at Catherine Tate's daughter now, she's a transsexual, non-binary identifier. This is just getting fucking nuts, eh? So in the second one, Sir Isaac Newton. So Isaac Newton, you know, the English gentleman, he's now a black man. And I did say when I was on Facebook, I did a review on it, and I just said my schooling was fucking rubbish. Not fucking, but I said it was bloody rubbish. Because I didn't know he was a black man. For God's sake, it's just getting so out of hand. Now the head of the Disney company has been sacked and someone else has been put in charge because their shares and everything else is plummeting like you would not believe. Go figure, of course it would do. You know, we've had enough. We're the silent majority and we just bloody well sign away with our checkbook, don't we? So, hey, they're losing money. Because, yeah, even I'm not buying into that shit. What was I did the other week? Snow White and the Seven, what was it? Companions. And Snow White is a coloured woman. This is how stupid it is. I'm not even using that word W-O-K-E. Because that, it's just so annoying. It's just a stupid world we live now. To finish off on, I watched Indiana Jones the other day. I think it was on Disney, actually. You can't make it up, eh, Les? You can't at all. Yes, Mr. Producer. Yes. Oh, it was on Disney. Okay, thank you. So, I reviewed it on Fastbook. I got a little group in Fastbook. And I reviewed it and I literally gave it a 10 out of 10. Literally. The best film I have watched all year. The CGI was a sort of CGI, isn't it, where they used old clips of him, they wrapped it around his face to make him look young. It's flawless. It wasn't just him, it was his nemesis as well. He was flawless as well. So, I mean, I just looked at it from using old clips that are modern now into a modern story where he's older. He's 80 years old, and he's still got a hell of a body on that man for an 80-year-old. He's doing really, really well, but not afraid to show his age. And then I'm not going to give away, a couple of the other characters came back as well. I thought, yay, they're back. That was good, and the ending was quite nice. It was just an all-round good film, and I gave it a 10. I would put that as my most favourite of all of the franchise films with Indiana Jones. Obviously, the last one was a little rubbish, but I would go back in order, so that would be now my top one out of all of it. It's about 2.5 hours long, and it was entertaining. It had a story, but it had the usual action, and it was just all right. I was just fixated. I didn't even pick my phone up once and start texting people. That's how good it was. I even stopped drinking to make sure I didn't have too much, and I couldn't remember the ending. So very good film, well worth watching. So that's it for this week. Now, I will just say next week, or it might be the week after, I'm going to do a Christmas special, all right? I will be in my Christmas gear, and I'm going to have a little break of a Christmas, because what I'm going to be doing is some food for thought specials, some surrounding gyms. I'm going to start with one I've been working on for about 6 weeks now. It's to do with supplements, post, pre-workouts, you know, all sorts of bloody things. And I'm not going to give anything else away. So I'll use that within our link here in YouTube. So subscribe. That's the first time I've ever said subscribe. I just put a little link. People say I don't promote enough. You're the guys and girls that's supposed to promote for me, if you like it. Now, the point being, I will be doing a couple of specials over Christmas. So next week or the week after, I'll start next week. That will be my last one. And I'm now... Yow! I was going to say I'm now rambling. Now I'm rambling on with you. Yeah, I know. We'll have fun with the Christmas one. So that's it this week, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show. As I say, look out for all that crap, that vegetable oils recap, you know, and I can't believe the COP28. I'm not going to get angry, and 1,500 private jets. The system's got to change, hey? And I think it starts with higher tax brackets for all these people. Anyway, have a good weekend, folks. Oh, I stumbled at the very end, Les. Ta-das.
Liz, it's got very cold in here all of a sudden.
Captain Scarlet. Captain Scarlet. Captain Scarlet.
Remember, you can masturbate to climax, but you cannot tickle yourself to laugh. Until we meet again!
Oh, God, blimey.